What's more difficult? Dealing with the personalities, the egos, the broken children, if you would, of mixed martial arts and rearing them and raising them up, the young kids that you have to deal with every single day, or having 3 daughters. I'm talking out my own experience as well. I got 2 daughters. So do you feel like the personal wins or the professional wins outweigh the family time, or how do you balance that?
Yeah, I guess balancing it is the hardest thing to do, isn't it? And I try not to outweigh and score, because I believe once you've done that, then you're always trying to chase the thing that you put at the top of the table. So I just have a very balanced life, and everything that I do within it is kind of my own choice. I'm very fortunate, maybe not fortunate, but I've worked hard to get to this point where anything that I do, I choose to do. And obviously I'm going to choose to spend as much time with my kids as possible, and just to see them grow and just see that they're in own individual spirit and things like that. That's amazing. But obviously, Luke, as who I am, like to get not just one UFC champion, that isn't the goal. Do you know what I mean? To get like 10 multiple UFC champions, and not just to win the title, but to retain it and to become legends within the sport and things like that. That's the overarching vision. I've heard other people in the area talk about they want to become the best gym in Manchester, and good luck to them if that's their goal. They'll probably reach that goal. I believe a lot in manifesting your goals, and if you want to reach something, you aspire to something, you speak it out loud, and if people laugh at it, then that makes me push myself towards it more. So now I believe that within Manchester, within the program that we're going to get multiple and like big legacy and real like franchise fighters. You know, I think that a lot of our fighters, because we understand the full package of what we're selling, what we're talking about. Like for instance, we've got a guy, there's an event in Manchester this weekend called Octagon. There's a person on it, he's just entered the fray, but everyone's aware of who he is already because he's come as the full package. There's a lot of good fighters out there, Luke, a lot, but what I'm trying to teach my guys is like the holistic approach in terms of approaching yourself, not just as a fighter, but as a business, as an entertainer and everything like that. So, yeah, to answer the question in an indirect way, I enjoy every little part of my life, and if I didn't enjoy it, I'd work really hard to get rid of that part of it, because you only get one go at it, and what I've learned at this is like I'm going to try and have the best go I can possibly have.
I think you said, but you speak a lot, we know each other extremely well, so you speak a lot about the desires and the wants of other people and how you can facilitate those, but now in the gym and everywhere, I've seen the journey you've been over the last 5-6 years and everything that's happening, and now you're kind of getting to somewhere, to a start of it still, I think. But what is the desires and the goals that you have set for Manchester Top Team and for yourself, you know?
Wow. But to give you a big overarching vision is this: I came from a different background, I came from a different sport. So I always, when I came into MMA, I saw the benefits of the individual sport, but I also saw the deficits of it being approached as an individual sport, and I'm trying to collate it into a team sport. So straight away, the overarching vision is to create an academy. That was the first start of it. I spent a lot of times at football academies. Within that, they have like a nutritionist, a physio, all these things that are like new to MMA. Like having a nutritionist is kind of new. Obviously, maybe 10 years into it, 10 years ago, a nutritionist came in, and we're still a bit spit and sawdust. So I'm just trying to reinvent and also like to create a model for everybody else to follow. So within Manchester Top Team itself, the vision is this: to have like a from 4 to 50, have a system where you can come in and not actually have to go anywhere else. So we've got our own in-house school, which will become like a public private school pretty soon. So kids who are not engaged with school already come to us, but now kids who are not engaged with school but want to be a fighter, that's the goal, where we can have like under 8s who train in the morning, do the schooling in the gym in the evening and things like that, and by virtue of that become like hopefully the first professional sports team of its ilk in this country, and then use the method which I've already have written down and push it to other people, not sell it on to them, to raise the level, because if they raise their standards, we raise our standards, everybody's standards gets raised, we get raised, and just be a bit of a flag bearer really for like how our sport, as you well know, has been like an expensive hobby for us both, and now we can take it into like the professional realm, and like you said, the people that I care about, which is many within the gym, how they can have a better experience than I did and make money out of it. And because we always say the better you get at fighting, the worse your car becomes. So we're just trying to erase that and make sure that like everyone can live a good living. Like a lot of my guys now coming as new pros and making more money than you did in your 6th, 7th, 8th professional fights. So just make sure that it has to be a business and approaching like a business from the day they walk in, and everybody wants to get to a certain point where we're amateur in terms of everything, and then have a professional and change your approach, where I'm trying to get the kids from being 8 in the school to have a professional approach and understand like the little details of everything, and what I've invested in myself today, it might not come through for 5-10 years, but in the 10 years time, if I'm just consistent and I chip away at things, that I can really achieve all the things I want. We're just in a bit of a different time in this world where everyone wants something quickly, and what I'm trying to teach people is you can get what you want, and it's on your own time, but behind consistency and everything like that. And everyone wants to be comfortable, don't they, Luke? Everyone wants to be comfortable. They want things to be easy. Yeah, and I'm trying to show things that you can make yourself uncomfortable to be comfortable. In fact, comfort's wherever you want it. I'm sat on a couch. It's pretty comfortable. I got out of bed this morning. It was pretty comfortable. I chose to get out of it. They were my decisions. And sometimes what I'm trying to teach my guys, and this is the essence of the message, and this is the essence of the vision. And whatever falls behind the vision will be fantastic in terms of the school, in terms of what we're going at, in terms of 20 fighters, UFC champions, PFL. This is what's going to happen. I believe that with the consistency that I'm going to operate in, and everyone's going to fall in, this is what's going to happen. But eventually, if you're consistent, you stick to what you want to do, you believe in the message, you believe in yourself, like anything is possible. Anything is possible. Everyone wants like a quick pill to take something and do this. It's like, it doesn't really exist. What does exist is consistency. But behind that, what I'm teaching my guys, and what I'm trying to teach my daughters as well, is you have to kind of eradicate feelings. Like for me, feelings, emotions and things like that, they're very natural. But if you want to be a professional athlete and you want to aspire to be like an extreme winner, you have to eradicate these things, because there's always feelings that I feel. So I'm trying to not only teach people how to look at the fighting technically, look at the fighting tactically, but how to approach fighting and in terms of life, better in from an emotional standpoint, so you can make better decisions, not based upon emotion, based upon just think, like your brain going into auto gear and think and just make those decisions correctly. So to answer your question in a roundabout type of way, which I never get to the answer, is I just wanted, this is going to be the biggest thing that's ever happened in mixed martial arts in this country. And after that, this will be the biggest thing that happened in mixed martial arts in Europe. And after that will be the standard bearer and the flag bearer for everybody else. And the opportunities and the vision that we have for it is endless. It's not a marathon, it's not a sprint, it's just an ongoing race with myself. And then everyone else is coming, everyone else behind that is flying the flag for Manchester. So we'll get there.
I mean, I think maybe some advice might not be the right word, but something that I utilize that maybe you can teach with the guys when you talk about emotions not interfering with decisions. How I kind of have looked at it for a very, very long time, but I now kind of can put it into words. When I was fighting and I was competing, you said about it being like it was in bed this morning was comfortable, and I feel like your body is the what precipitates comfort, like is what understands comfort is your body. And then controlling the emotions is like your mind. So your mind and your body are connected. So if you're comfortable in your mind, you're comfortable in your body. If you're comfortable in your body, you're comfortable in your mind. So when you're waking up and it's 6 a.m. and you got to go out running because you got to cut weight and it's cold outside and it's raining because we're in Manchester, you don't want to do that because it's not comfortable to get up and to do those things.